Hello. You're hearing the voice of Patricia Angelin, and you are looking at the beautiful flowers of Billy's Flowers Wholesale and my candles and a lovely silk rug on the table from Morocco and the rare books of the Western world, etc., in front of you as a way to relax your eyes as we enter all the feels. And I am Patricia Angelin, and here we are together again. And I thank you so much for joining me at All the Feels. A video was just sent to me. I think it was a TikTok. And Katie, if you would put that reference down in the comments for people to take a look at. It's an absolutely delightful little brief interaction with a little 4-year-old boy who is having a meltdown. He's having a tantrum. And the mother posted it. She did the video and she posted it, and she said something to the effect she thought she was doing just freaking all right because her boys were handling this so well. The big brother, who's 6, was assisting the little brother with the limbic activity, with the upheaval of his emotions, of his feelings, because he was all over the place. And the older brother is going, okay, it's okay. Breathe, okay, breathe. And then he models for the little brother how he's going to breathe. And he breathes, as you've heard me say so frequently, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And the little brother, of course, because he's at a different age, he's only 4 years old. So his brain is not as developed as the 6-year-old is. They're at different stages. And the poor little guy, he's trying. He looks up to Big Brother, and you can't see him because you're looking at his back, but he looks up, and the older brother's looking down, all of which has to do with the emotions. And the older brother is calming himself in relationship to the little brother's upset. And at the same time, he's changing the atmosphere in the room. Very interesting. And this older brother is assisting the little brother to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And you can see that it helps, that it works. Not immediately, but very, very, very quickly. And then he pats him on the shoulder and off he goes. So if you have been a fan of All the Feels, you know that I have frequently asked people, during this appearance to go ahead, breathe. Go ahead, breathe. And of course, it's not like we could help it. We're like, yeah, you say, yeah, I was breathing. But at Alba Emoting, when we work with the Alba Emoting emotional effector patterns, it's how you breathe and what the quality of the in-breath and the quality of the out-breath. And so it's simple but complicated as well. And this little boy he doesn't bother with all those complications. He simply inhales through the nose and exhales through the mouth. And it does help. And also his presence, the big brotherly calming presence helps. There are a lot of wonderful things to it. But it's a beginning lesson, and it's something that each one of us can use, and we can use it to assist other people as well. It's a very, very good thing. I did, in the height of the pandemic, a series which is now at the Alba Technique YouTube channel called the Self-Calming Series. I can't remember how many little episodes, shall we say, are in the series, but there are a number of self-calming exercises, and they're very, very, very simple. And so one that I would want to remind you of today would be that after you breathe, as this big brother did with this little brother, teaching him how to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth to calm himself down from his tantrum, I would say do that, and then take your right hand and put it up over the left shoulder, and take your left hand and put it over the right shoulder. And so you're giving yourself a hug. And it's not only that you're giving yourself a hug. There is more to it neurologically than that. And this is beginning to be used by therapists, because what it does is it calms the vagus nerve. So you do this, and they're crossed, they're crossed over your center. You can also do it here if you want, and breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And let your eyes go up to where is straight in front of you. The classic Alba emoting of Susanna Block would say, look at the horizon line. So look at a horizon line in your imagination and cross your arms or your hands, and simply you can pat yourself a little bit and breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth like this. Perhaps three of them. And then go ahead and shut your eyes and do 3 more of those breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then let them release downward. And I can see, if I look at myself in here, that the muscles up here have released. You can see that I look a little more pink than I did. See, I won't touch myself so we won't think that it's the contact doing it. I'm more pink, so I am more in the pink than I was before I did that little exercise of 3 in and out breaths with the eyes on the horizon line, and 3 more with the eyes closed. And that's calming. And we can say that even the odd 6-year-old knows about that, and that we can cure our own tantrums at least a little bit by doing this. So that is what I would have to give to you today. That was what was suggested to me, and I give it to you. And I invite you to, well, if you want to go further into this and learn how to do what the 6-year-old was doing for the 4-year-old, but more in an adult and measured way, and how to calm the vagus nerve, and the other aspects of the limbic system, as a preparatory for the in-person Alba emoting work. I am doing somatic sensing classes, and you could join. The first one out of the 5 sessions was last Monday. But this coming Monday, there are 4 more coming up, and I would absolutely fold you in and made sure that you missed nothing. But the first lesson is breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth, and finding a horizon line for the eyes. It really amazing how a little thing like that is the beginning of changing everything. Absolutely everything. There is another way to kind of reset the very important vagus nerve that I think I'll show you next week on Instagram Live. Thank you so much for joining me on All the Feels. If you want to discuss, if you want to comment, if you want to ask a question about your own feelings or the feelings of people you're dealing with, I would very much welcome them and address them. Same time, same station 2 weeks from now, and Instagram Live, same time next week. Thank you for being with me at All the Feels. And I am Patricia Angelin of Alba Technique.